Ladies, welcome to this video. Kojer here. Today I'm talking about it's a video for the challenge mostly, like to really give you some technical notion, some strategical as well as tactical information, and hopefully, if you get to apply right away, chances are you'll not only smash this challenge, but you'll get tools to really continue working with that. Okay, because we know that people that are actually doing the challenge and they're doing it to the best of their ability right now. They're in the phase of the second phase of the challenge. So we have about 3-4 more days left. But it's not more about the day, but it's more so about that the first phase of the challenge was to really figure out what your metabolism was like. The second phase is really to establish a proper calorie deficit and really understand what that means. When you say my diet isn't working, you're really saying my calorie deficit isn't working. And today we're going to talk why. But first and foremost, I want to say that first and foremost, I want to see if I'm going live here, and let me know if I'm live. If you know, if two of you are watching, I just want to know if I'm actually live in the group. And I would like you to say hi if you are here. So just tell me who you are. I see that we are going live. If you're watching this live, just type live, hashtag live. If you're watching replay, type hashtag replay. And if you're taking the food tracking challenge, hashtag food tracking challenge. Let me know that you're taking it, because I know that tons of you guys should have taken the challenge. Not as many as I thought. I wish it was taken. And again, some of you have seen this have seen this and said, "Oh, it sounds like a lot of work. It sounds like maybe it's not working for me. It sounds like maybe it's not something I like to do." And again, most I know that they don't do stuff because they feel like they're gonna fail. They're not doing it correctly. And again, like, there is no such thing as perfectionism to not get you to make progress, right? The first thing I want to say is, like, just do it best of your ability. Don't need to be perfect. Just actually do the work. Much like in our roundtable yesterday, I saw a lot of interest. They say a lot of people said that they were gonna come, and then they didn't come. Okay, and good thing that we have a replay this time, because I feel like this was a really good roundtable for everybody to hear. And again, watch the replay, and I'm seeing a lot of people that came like that, and they actually putting their thoughts, they putting out their inner self, whatever they feel. And again, like, if you don't understand that this is a transformation for real, you're probably in the wrong place. It's like, this is not about body transformation, it's about changing inside and out. And in order for changing inside and out, you actually you need to be able to be vulnerable. You need to be able to actually word the things that you feel, right? Because these are usually the things that make a difference. And again, I'm happy to see that this time seems like it's a time that is very popular. We have 6 people here live, which is great. And don't worry, I'm not gonna see who you are now. If you don't say hi, I'm not gonna see. So no need to go away. You can still watch. And it's nothing like that. But you're gonna love this, because this is really about something that I know a lot of people want to hear. Okay, why is not my diet not working? Why is my calorie deficit not working? And again, this is very first time I'm actually making this video. So this is gonna be, I'm gonna make it to a much more detailed degree inside a module, inside a course, inside our program. So it's good that you're here, because some of you which are working with me already seen this stuff, but some of you which are not, like, this is very good preview information. Okay, it's very good that you know what kind of level of things that I'm teaching you. It's not about diets, but it's about understanding how things are working. This is mostly for the people that taken the challenge, but also for people that want to learn, is that provided you're taking this challenge, this is kind of step 2, and saying, now I'm ready to lose the weight. Provided your body is ready to lose weight, and we would have tested that, we would have assessed this the first week. And this is the case, for instance, like Dory, that actually lost weight in the beginning, even by just going at maintenance level calories, or people like most of other people that actually got to a place that they're kind of losing, not really losing, that they're kind of like the same. You can move to the next part. It's the actual calorie deficit, right? We can actually move to that. And again, it's only going to be 4 days the challenge still, but like, you can still continue that. Okay. And again, some of you are actually going to win this thing. And then there is going to be a few partial scholarship available. Okay, so the next week I'm actually going to look at all your form that you filled, and I'm going to see who actually deserve that stuff. Okay, and again, if your body's ready to lose weight, when you say I don't lose weight, or my diet isn't working, isn't because you're 40 years old, isn't because your hormonal problems, isn't because your metabolism, is because you don't understand the things that I'm gonna talk about today. And number one is like you not really being sure of how much you're eating too much that you're actually thinking you're eating, or not understanding your body thinks in weeks and not in days. Okay, so you basically do everything good during the week, then there is the weekend, you might mess up over there, or you must do something good for about 2 or 3 weeks, and then like there is that week that you have like really 3 or 4 bad days that you basically undo everything you did that, okay, in the week. It's important you understand that, because like that's give you the notion and the reality of really actually be able to understand that your body isn't broken. It's not something like, and also there is always an explanation, okay? And now I'm gonna go live and I'm gonna explain, I'm gonna dive into that. But basically, I know for some of you are gonna basically go from here, from actually feeling like, okay, I believe on the diets now, and now I know why they're not working, because all of them, they establish a calorie deficit. So it's not about the diet that is not working. It's about how is really the nutritional weight loss. I mean, how does the weight loss science work, right? And we're gonna talk about that. So let me share the screen first to get you some, hopefully some tactical notion. And of course, like provided again, like you are in the on the, I mean, if you understand how my program works, provided that you are in a stage that you're let me just see if I can find a slide of the actual pet, which is crazy. Okay, provided you are in you're in the stage that you are actually ready to lose weight, okay, and you would be stage 2 of the program. Provided that this is basically what happens when your body is ready to lose weight. Is really simple. It's super simple, okay? And I'm just seeing how I want to see how I see the screen here. Okay, so let's pretend that your metabolism is 2000 calorie, okay? When you want to lose weight, you need to establish a 3 to 500 calorie deficit. Why 3 to 500 is an arbitrary number? There are some people that can establish 600. There are some people that can establish more or even less. It's very subjective. If by doing all that, you're already sensing energy going down, cravings going up, like that, after a week or two, chances are your metabolism is very reactive, but it's also not a good news, okay? What happens when you go into a diet, this is really what happens. The diet, instead of like going 300, 500 down, it goes down to 1,000, and it stays there for about usually 15 days, because after that you can no longer do it. And what happens is that you lose a few kilos, right? Or a few pounds, right? And then the maintenance level, which is 2,000, go down very quickly. Goes down to I use a number. Usually, it's been proven to go down from 700 to 800 calorie even, which is like that would make this thing go down to about 1,200 calories. Okay, which is a shitload of a problem, because right now for you to lose weight, you need to eat more. You need to eat even less, or move even more, or exercise even more. Okay, and some people do that. In fact, this is why if you keep going to this route, you start first and foremost, you were experiencing bad sleep, more energy, less energy, more cravings, more hunger. And if you do that long enough, you stop losing weight. And if you still don't listen to the body, it start making you sleep like crap. It start making you experience things such as this. Let me see if this is kind of like the adaptation I'm talking about. You will experience not sleeping well. That will make you energy go higher. Sorry, cravings go higher, and then like it's very hard to sustain that, right? If you keep going to this route, you will put yourself into metabolic dysfunction, which is like when you start seeing stuff like TSH not working, like thyroid, insulin resistant, and all that stuff. We talked about that in the past. Okay, I'm not gonna go with that into what happened. If you are in this situation, the problem is that when you are here, you don't need when you're here, you don't need 300 to 500 calorie. Like your deficit needs to be higher. Okay, and again, it's not about how much is the deficit daily. It's about, and I'm gonna stop sharing this right now. I'm gonna go to another thing. It's about how is the whole contextual thing. It's like how can you establish this deficit you need to a longer period of time. And again, to understand that, I need to share the other screen, entire screen. And then let's see if I can, we will need to go there, here, okay? Okay, so I'm just watching now if I'm seeing, let me know if you've seen the new thing. So this is how it works. Your body doesn't think in days, thinks in weeks, okay? Provided, and again, we'll go to the second part later, but provided that you are a healthy individual ready to lose weight, to lose a kilogram of fat, you need to have a deficit of 7,700 calories. If you have insulin resistance, if you have menopause, if you have all that stuff, it's not like your body stopped working, but these things by nature needs to be higher. I don't know the number, but it's going to look something of the nature of 10,000 calorie or 9,000 calorie. It's higher than normal. And by the way, if you're in US, this number for you to lose a pound is 3,500. Okay, so like you can use either that for the purpose of the challenge. Now, everybody would tell you can lose a kilogram in a week if you want. Okay, but if you want to do that, that means that by week, to lose a kilo, you need to establish a deficit of 1,000. We talked about that. It's very hard to sustain. You could possibly hit 500 calorie less, and you could work out, burn 500 calorie, but it's very, very hard to sustain. And if your physiology allows it, after a while, you start developing compensations, okay? So it's much better to lose a deficit in something like 14 days, 500 calories. That's very easy. You eat a little bit less, 300 calories less. You may be burning a couple of hundred calories. You establish in something sustainable, okay? So this is how you need to see it. You need to create a deficit, okay? And the deficit, like I said before, is something like 7,000 for somebody healthy. If you have something like some sort of metabolic lab, probably more like 9,000. Now, this is very cool because it's like makes you understand how this thing works. Let me copy all that. This is, by the way, is going to be like 1 or 2 weeks. I'm going to show you what to do. It's like you need to be intentional. Why diet fail is because you cannot sustain it. Bottom line, like it's not because they have something wrong with it. Most of them sucks because they will take away food. Most of them, they set you up to fail because they're psychologically damaging. It's like saying cut off carbohydrates is psychologically damaging. It's also metabolically damaging because like your thyroid take a hit. Is not sustainable. Is socially awkward. It's something that you cannot do it consistently. Vegan, vegetarian, or anything like that is also a problem because you're basically cutting out protein, or you're not eating a certain amount of protein. When you say the DASH diet that cut off all the fat is also a problem. Shakes diet, there's a problem because they cut off a bunch of everything. Not only they set you up to fail long term, but they also cut off a bunch of calorie. They basically cutting off that. The shake diet will make you establish a 9,000 calorie deficit in a couple of days. The problem is that when you stop losing, you will get back everything, okay? So these are days, by the way. If you didn't get it yet, it's like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, right? There is two ways to do cut. Like there is two ways to do a cut. You either cut a lot in the beginning, like it could be weekly or it could be daily, right? And then you introduce it back again, okay? Let's say that this was this. Like you do that for, let's say that you do that for a few weeks, right? You do that for a week or two. Like let's say that in the first week, you create a cut of 500, 600, 700 calories in a few days, right? And then like you do that for a few weeks. And then as your body adapts, you do that. Like you basically doing that you basically establishing that. If you are a person that you have insulin resistant, anything that is metabolically, like anything that you have metabolically, like you actually have labs, like thyroid, whatever, like you need, the deeper the cut is, the more reactive it's going to be, okay? So this could be, for example, week 1, right? Week 1 and then week 2. You can either start like this and go down, or you can go down in the beginning and coming up after, okay? Coming up after means like you establish a big cut, and then the consequent week, you will do something like this, right? You basically the cut becomes, it starts like this. Now it's becoming kind of like a mess. I'm sorry for that if it's becoming a mess, but you start like with cutting, for example, in a week, more days. You have days that you eat much less than other days. And then there is these are, let's say, 4 days. Then the other week is only 2 days. And then, those 2 days become less. It's like, it's technical, it's strategical. That's why it's so hard to do it. This shit, they don't, like the diet don't tell you that stuff. When you download the diet, they don't tell you that, because that's the truth. This is the science of weight loss, right? And this is why when people cannot make diet work, they should actually get a coach. I'm not saying you should get me, but you should actually get somebody that understands that, because it's like, this is why this thing works. It's like, it's simple math if you think about it, right? But going back to our 9,000 calorie, if you did if you did 500, let's pretend that this is, let's say that this is 2000 calories, right? Okay, let's pretend this. Okay, now you kind of get the gist of it, right? Like this is kind of like the gist of it. Let's pretend this is 2000 calories. This is like in a day. So every day now you get to eat 500 calories. Sorry, 1500 calories. Okay, let's pretend that. Okay, 1500. Okay, so you can do that if you want. Like you can actually do that if you want, but you know that realistically is that sometimes you're gonna hit more and sometimes you're gonna hit less. So if you know that you can do, for example, some days that you're eating less than 1500 calories, okay? And let's say that we're gonna call that, and I hope this is not confusing, but you know, if you actually watch the whole video again, it's not gonna be, because it's like, let's say it's 300, 1300, and I'm not like a mad guy, but I know that if you eat something like that, you can easily go in the weekend and then eat 2000 calories for 2 days. Why is this important? It's because, like, if you understand that, you're no longer trapped into the diet mentality. It's like, you know that you're going to eat less in certain days and you're going to be eating more in the weekend. And what happens in the weekend for most of the people? They go out, they have a few drinks, they have a dinner, they have something that they want to spend with their spouse, they have something that they want to spend with their kids. And so this is very important to understand, because like if you understand that part, then you're no longer trapped from the diet, right? Like you understand how this thing works, right? So you understand that, like, it's not about doing everything correct the same. Like it's not about being super perfectionist in one day. It's about understanding how weight loss work, right? And again, that is just one thing. This is kind of like 1 week, okay? You can do that and you can basically test that overall. Again, you can basically, why the hell is doing that now? Oh my God, this is terrible. All right. This one I'm looking for. You can basically do this again, right? This is like 1 week, 2 weeks, and we do that for 3 weeks. So if you do that for about 2 weeks, and you establish that, let's say that this is our 500 calorie deficit. Let's say that we said we're gonna do a minus 500 calorie deficit in median, meaning like, sorry, in an average. It doesn't have to be every day, but let's say you choose that 500 calorie, then you test. Like you go on the scale, you take your measurements and you look, and it's like, okay, minus 1 kilo. It should be 1 kilo in 14 days, right? Is this stuff, like the question is this thing actually happening? Okay. Okay, well now where is my pen? Man, this software, I don't like. It looks fun, but man, why I cannot find my pen now anymore? Okay, there you are. So if this happens, you're successful. Your framework is successful. If this doesn't happen, it means that you need to investigate why. Okay, the most common why is like you don't know exactly how you eating or what you eating, or especially not what you eating, but the amount you eating. The amount of eating is like if really you are doing 1500 calories, right? And this is why tracking is important. If you don't know, this is why tracking challenge are important. Is not to track for the rest of your life, but is to track for like a period of time. It could be a month or two, and actually get a skill and say, oh, okay, now I think I'm doing this correctly. Now I think that I'm kind of good with that. Because like it's important, because you need to make sure that whatever you feel like you're eating, you are eating. Some of you in the program with me don't like to track, which is amazing. And I always say to you, like, you probably, maybe you feel like I'm talking as well to you. Again, this is not with anybody in particular. I'm just saying in a sense, like, if you don't like to track, what you want to be doing inside the program, at least, is like taking picture of your food, posting inside the group, and comment, and also tag me, because like I'm gonna have a very good, accurate assessment after a while that I'm doing it, that to tell you, yes, this is what happens, right? Again, it's up to you. Okay, it's like this is one way to do it, and this is to establish a calorie deficit. But the validation point is going to be like, if you are actually losing 1 kilo in 14 days with a 500 calorie deficit, that means that you're actually tracking correctly. But you want to be tracking again, maybe like another couple of weeks, maybe to a month after the challenge finishes, to be able to establish a skill, right? And again, you're probably watching it and it's like, no, tracking doesn't work for me. I'm gonna say that it's not like it doesn't work for you. You never really understood how to do this thing properly. And again, it's a skill. It's not something. It's It's like when you go to skiing, ice skating, or dancing. It's not something you learn in a day. If you go salsa dancing and you step on somebody's toes and you get pissed about it and you say, oh, it sucks, I'm never gonna do it again, that you're not learning a skill. Like, this is nothing different, right? And again, now I'm going to, if I can actually do this, I'm gonna make another example. So we're gonna take this and we're gonna copy this stuff down here. And the arrow doesn't mean anything. I just don't know how to get rid of that stuff. Oh yeah, maybe like that. Yeah, super annoying. You could have simply have gotten your 500 calorie deficit, right? You could have gotten that on a daily. It could have been this. Let's pretend this was 500, right? My artistic skills are not that good at this point. But let's say it's 1500, right? So cancel that out. You get the point, right? If you prefer to be super, if you can have an amazing adherence and you want to be, and you know how to do that, that's what you do. Like, you basically are doing that for 1-2 weeks, right? You can also be in a person that like what I like to do. At times I like to do carb cycling. Again, I'm getting good to a point that I can actually do that without really tracking. But it's not like something like, I'm not by any means any better than, like, it's not like something that is like, it needs work. Like myself, I'm not doing it 100% correctly. But like, you could potentially do, one day you eat more calorie and more carbs, one day you eat less calorie and less carbs. It's up to you. It's like, and again, like, if you want to do maybe 2 days here, you know that there is the weekend that you're gonna like if you plan your quote unquote, we're gonna call it cheat meals, which is not really a cheat meal. It's more like, if you plan the days you want to be eating more calories and more carbs, it's no longer a cheat meal. But if you see here, it's an actual mathematical equation. It's mathematical equation. I mean, it's some math. It's testing if that's accurate, and then like double down into getting better. If over here you lost only 0.5 kilo, even on 14, like if you lost the 0.5 kilo even in in about 14 days, let's say that this is kind of like 2 weeks, right? You lost 14 kilo, right? And then, you lost 0.5 kilo, and you're supposed to have lost 1 kilo, right? Chances are there is a couple of things that could have gone wrong. Number one, you couldn't have calculated correctly. Number two, you didn't maybe track correctly. Or number three, maybe you are indeed in a kind of like you're not really in phase two, like you're not ready to lose weight. You kind of like, your metabolism is kind of adapted. Or like I mentioned before, you are that type of person that needs more than a 500, needs more than a 7,000 deficit. You maybe need 9,000. That means that your deficit is supposed to be higher in time. But what I wanted to do with that, and again, I still don't know, like I saw somebody comment. Let's see who's here. Let's see what's here. Why I cannot see the comments live now? No idea why, but I'll check it out later. But anyway, if you're watching this, and if you're watching the replay of this at this point, and you are taking the challenge, or even if you want to like just do that, like, and again, I highly not recommend just going into a cutting phase when you don't know if your body is ready. This group is mostly for ladies in their 40 or aging lady with metabolic slowdown, hormonal imbalance, usually people that could not lose weight if you're here, right? So I'm not going to recommend you go in a calorie deficit without knowing if your body is ready, because it would equal as me saying to you, go into another diet. The reality is that every diet works. The intermittent fasting work, keto work, vegan work, shakes work. I mean, everything works. They're not, I mean, I wouldn't suggest them. If you want me to say which one is the best one we do, and obviously it's not randomly that we do it that way. We use some sort of a calorie cycling and carb cycling approach. Why? Because it's much more easy to adhere to it. It's like easy to kind of like adhere, meaning like you can stick to it. Is because eating carbohydrates certain days and other days you don't eat them. It gives you you give the body kind of like more so like your body doesn't get accustomed to that. And the third one is most important, is because when you eat a lot of carb when you need it, and you can make your body burn the right fuels at the right times, it gives, like, obviously you basically create a more flexible metabolism. Okay. And the last one, which I thought it's the last one, in fact, there is one other one, is that if you eat enough carb, you're gonna make sure your thyroid is healthy, your hormones are healthy, you're gonna recondition your body again to kind of like burn the right things. And again, it's kind of blending in with the other one. So this is like when they tell me which one is the best diet, in my opinion, for the purpose of why you're here, probably this one goes very close to it. But if a person don't like carb and she likes keto and she likes low carb or Atkins or that, like, I mean, if you can sustain that for the rest of your life, chances are that's good for you. But chances are you wouldn't be here. Or if you're here and you like that, chances are you need a different approach, because that's kind of like physiologically setting yourself up to lose, right? But again, if you don't know if you should get into a cut, don't just don't take this out of context and try. I mean, if you want to try, you can test it. But if in 14 days you don't lose weight, don't keep going. I mean, reach out at me. Like, I have free metabolic assessment for a reason, for you guys to get clear, not for me to actually, like, I'm not doing it just because. It's there for a reason. There is challenges here for a reason, for you to actually do it and stop consuming content and just getting frustrated because you don't know what to do. Again, this is not the group that is going to be the group that says when there is, okay, I'm insulin resistant, what the heck should I do? I mean, nothing. Just actually do the work. Just take these videos out, with context, and actually experience something. Test something. When we have a challenge, participate to the challenge. This is gonna. If one thing like you want to walk away with more than the knowledge that I'm giving you today is, like, stop actually consuming without doing. You either consume and you do, or maybe you don't really want to consume at all, because it's like you're gonna consume this, you're gonna feel good about it. Oh, today I learned something new. This guy talks very different than the other people talking about diet. What should I do next? Let me try to go on YouTube and look for something different. That's not gonna put you in any better position than you are right now. Okay. So what I want you to do right now, if you are in the challenge, and I see few people here, just take this conceptually, and like, if you are like, if you lost weight in the first part of the challenge, or you are the same, like at maintenance, you're supposed to be the same, then you can go into a cut. Comment down below which one is the cut. Like, are you gonna go for a 500 daily cut? You're gonna go with a more so like 1350 one day, and then like you're gonna hit more on the weekend. I mean, you don't need to be precise. You just need to, like, kind of let me know what you like trying to do, because chances are I can actually give you some tips. If you're not in a position of losing weight, if you try the challenge and it didn't lose weight and you gain weight, I'm gonna say it's mandatory. It's really up to you if you do it or not, but it's like, really, just comment metabolic assessment. I'm gonna send you that stuff over. We'll have a conversation. It's not one of those random stuff you see online that make random calculation at it. Okay, you're kind of like you have this. No. It's like, that's BS, right? The reality is that if you have a metabolic issue, you want to figure out what it is, and we need to talk about it. Okay. If you don't want to get on the phone, that's totally fine with me, but that's the problem. Like, if you have an issue, you want to fix that. If you don't want to do it with me, just go out and look for somebody that can, but you do not want to jump on the next diet. Okay. 100%. That's my advice. If you see this for the first time, if you are here and you like this group and you understand that this is a little different, you can take this as a grain of salt, meaning, like, if you want, you can try it out. And after 14 days and you're stuck with a weight loss, reach out on me again or comment down below, because again, it's about, I'm making this video not to get you more confused, but to actually find a solution for you. Okay. And this is kind of like what it is. Moving forward, there are going to be more trainings like this. I'm going to actually make a very precise to the detail kind of module for the course for this. And again, this will only be available inside the course, whether you are already working with me or not. You will have that, of course, but that will only for the course. Hopefully this helps. I mean, this is the easier way that I can put a difficult subject to be, because by nature, this is a very difficult subject, but this is kind of like the easiest way I could get it to. When you say my diet isn't working, it's not really your diet isn't working. It's basically your body is not either ready to work, or most of the time it's you not really knowing what you're doing. Okay, this is kind of like the hard truth that some people need to hear, and this is why we're here. This is why I wouldn't go. I said it multiple times. There is some sort of weird notion that, like, people want to figure out stuff on their own, and they want to figure out hard problem on their own, much like when you go to a lawyer. I mean, when you go to a court, like you set to go to court in US especially, and they say you have a court date, and if you don't do whatever is done, you're gonna probably be sued or end up in jail. mean, you will never go without a lawyer, like if you're smart, right? Even if you can afford one, they give you just one by nature, like you just can have a lawyer, right? This is kind of like the analogy here is like, for some people, for some reason, people feel like they can figure it out themselves. If you cannot figure out from 1, 2, 3, 4 years how to lose weight, chances are you're not going to figure out on your own. Like if you can actually afford, you come inside my program. If you cannot afford, you take this material inside the group for free. It's like the lawyer analogy, for like they give you one for free. I'm giving you this group for free. You just have to do the work. So you just have to do the work. When I say take a metabolic assessment, you have to take it because it's free. It's like, if you don't do this stuff for free, what are you going to do when they're going to start charging for that? One day I am assuming not in a very remote spot, Facebook is going to start charging for groups. And believe it or not, this is going to be one of the first group I'm going to charge for, because I really feel like this group is a gold mine. And right now, most of the people are not taking advantage of. I'm going to basically keep the people inside the program, and the people that participate right now for free, I'm going to keep them in. And all the other people, probably, if they ever get to that, and I don't know if this is my assumption, because I know Facebook is always on this evolution of things. People that are here just watching stuff, doing nothing, you're going to have a chance. It's like you either get into the group or you get out of the group. Okay, and this is my knowledge, because it's like, at some point you get frustrated with giving out stuff for free for people that don't, like, with the hope that people actually take advantage, and they don't. And obviously, this is my biggest frustration. It's like, I want to make an impact with people, and I'm more than happy to do it for free for people that cannot afford it, but fucking do the work, okay? Not be here consuming, doing nothing, because this is kind of like, when you actually care for something, this is the hardest thing to have, with people saying, oh yeah, I'm going to show up, and they don't show up. I'm going to do it, and they don't do it. And again, this is not towards anybody in particular, but mostly towards I want to say, the 600-700 people in this group that even make a comment. They don't go live, they don't do anything, they don't comment on other people's stuff. And again, this is a huge majority. And again, this is just our group. Is any group is like that. People, for some reason, are they just join everything, and then they do very little with everything. It's like they have 60-70 different groups, and I don't want this to be one of those. This group is going to be valued for what it is. Therefore, we require engagement, and we require your participation, and we require for the people that are already doing that, which there are leaders, and I want to thank you for that, whether you are in my program or not. But whether you are like you are commenting in other people, you're going live, you're interacting in the challenge, you are very, very good position to be the person that gets success in life. In life, not only in fitness, but in life as well. And obviously, I want to leave you with this. It's like, if a free challenge that you get free service after, that you can win to that, and you can get money after, it's not enough for you to motivate you to actually get in shape, to actually do your best to get in shape. Chances are you don't want to get in shape. And you can tell me, oh yeah, you can find 1,000 excuses and tell me I'm wrong, but that's the reality. At some point, you need to actually accept for what you are, or at least how you acting, how you are, and you have to say, yes, I'm actually going to do something, or I'm just going to say it. And when you just say it, we have a code in our program that says, like, be impeccable with your word. And it's like, what you do, how you do something in life is how you do everything. Okay, chances are, if you're a person that says something and you don't do it, chances are you're like that with everybody, with your relative, with your kids, with your friends, with everything that you do, and that gets you nowhere. And all I'm saying is, like, if you don't feel like you're gonna do something, don't say it. You look better. It makes you look a lot better of a person than just saying something and not do it. With this being said, I love you all. Thank you so much for participating. I'm gonna see whoever is here, because for some reason this thing doesn't allow me to see the names. But again, thank you so much for what you're doing for this group, for those of you that are. And thank you for all my clients. I'm so blessed to have such amazing clients. And I just spoke with just a few hours before with somebody that just came into the program, and it's like, she just gave me an idea, and also, of course, Jennifer, she just gave me an idea the other day about a reel that I can put out of metabolic adaptation. And this is kind of like the thing. It's like, I'm learning from you. Like, you feel like you're learning from me, but I'm learning from you as well. It's kind of cool, because it's like if you can inspire me to do the content based on your revelation, based on your successes, it's amazing, because it's like this online, especially, like what differentiate something to be good online versus offline is like, it's a community of women like this that are going towards the right direction, right? The same direction. It's like if you see other people succeeding, then you feel part of something. And again, if I can make content out of your revelation, your success, your struggles, your commitments, and everything, then and that by nature we're gonna repel the people that don't want to be here, but we're gonna attract the people that do. And when you have these kind of things, it's like this right now is 1,000 people, and imagine like 1,000 people, and there is already some amazing posts, amazing reaction, people really opening up and stuff. Like if you can have, like, imagine having a group of 10,000 people like that. Like it would be amazing. And this is why I'm telling you, like, treat this group like it's something special and help me make this community great. Okay. And again, in exchange, I'm more than happy to put out all these challenges for you all the time. And I said it in the roundtable that is going to be very good stuff, because I always like to listen to whatever you guys are saying. And one thing I heard was that you want to know more about workouts and you want to know more about hormonal adaptations. And like each month moving forward, we're going to have 1 month with a team, let's say menopause, one other team with a month with a team of thyroid. I mean, we're going to have that stuff happening in the future. Therefore, like, be excited, because this group is not foreseen to slow any down that it is. In fact, it's going to go probably much bigger than bigger than it is. With this being said, thank you so much. I'm going to be this is going to become like an email as well. Like I'm going to take this link and put like this kind of like this is very important information. Provided you take action, is going to make you probably lose about 0.5 kilo or a kilo in about 2 weeks, which is great in my opinion, right? Especially for somebody that has not lost weight in a huge amount of time, especially for somebody that for years said that it was impossible to lose weight. Seeing something is working, it's like I said yesterday in the roundtable, it's like you have to get your first memory. It's like you have to get that first win that you thought wasn't possible, because when you get the first win, then you can do it again. It's not easy, but it's possible. And if it's possible, you did it once, there is no reason why you cannot do it again. And with this being said, thank you so much. I love you all. And hopefully keep up with the challenge. Tomorrow I'm going to probably log, or maybe 1 or 2 tomorrow or day after, I'm going to log one of my logs in for my fitness pal. And I'm going to show you tactically how can you actually ensure that tracking the food, you can establish, let's say you choose 500 calorie deficit. I'm going to show you how to ensure that things happen, because it's going to be like a little bit tactical. It's going to be like kind of like overestimating stuff or underestimating a few other stuff, but something that is going to show you how to kind of tactically do it, right? Because that's kind of like the goal. Friday, I will go live and announce, we're going to spin the wheel and we're going to see who's going to win the money, who's going to win the service. And also after that, I'm going to start putting out the forms for the partial scholarship, which I highly recommend that if you're getting that and you want to participate, to read the whole thing and actually only pick that up if you're actually in a position to this partial scholarship, not full scholarship. So it's not a free scholarship. It's going to be a partial one, okay? I'm going to hook you up big time. But if you are getting that and you decide, there is only 2, right? There's only 2 available. So like I'm going to really read to all that stuff, and I'm going to see who has deserved that. But if you pick it up, like you can choose not to do it if you want. But if you pick it up, then make sure to actually pick it up, okay? Otherwise, you leave it for somebody that needs it the most or wants it the most, okay? I see Doris here, the only one that says the name, so I know that is you. Reach out, and like you already, like we talked about yesterday already, like I gave one away for meritocracy, and I felt like you just went to the extra mile. Like everybody else did an amazing job. You just went an extra mile, which is what it means to me, that it's like you wanted a little bit more. And so, but everybody else is still eligible to win on Friday, and the wheel is gonna spin, and the wheel is gonna say, based on the entries that you have, I mean, maybe somebody has more entries is gonna win, maybe somebody has less. Who knows? But at least like in life, you want to do your best, do all the time, be consistent and do your work, and the work pays off every single time. Hard work will always pay off. Take care, Jerry here. Talk to you soon.